just going to wait to see what price does, because this will be a very, very risky trade if you take a sell, because you have that resistance to the left-hand side. So let's see what happens next. We're going to wait for the next candle to close. There you go. Perfect. What's happening now? Right? Now you have a bullish candle forming on the 1 hour time frame or the 30-minute time frame, and then you can say, okay, now if your bias is bullish and you're saying that, okay, our bias is bullish, we had a bullish breakout candle from this area right over here, we had a bearish candle forming, and then we had another bearish candle forming, but now we have a bullish candle forming. Right, so now this means that on the this is the 1 hour time frame, right? So now we have found support on the 1 hour time frame, and probability dictates that since we had big bull candles and we have found some sort of a support. So now probability is that if we keep a stop below this candle, there's a higher chance that the next candle is probably gonna continue moving up and break this mini resistance which is formed, because, like, you know, we are good traders. We are trading when there's volume in the market, and we're trading the New York and London overlap, right? Or we're trading in London. So when there's volume, support resistances get broken in trending markets, right? Never be afraid of that. So let's see what happens next. Perfect. You have a move up, right? See, you have a move up, and when you look left, this candle, it broke above this mini resistance, right? So this is your chance to put your stops at break even, right? Because once you have your stops at break even and you're waiting for the next candles, you have continued move up. Make sense? So basically you just waited. You waited for candles because, man, like, you know, some people are going to say, okay, well, why didn't it come all the way down here to do a retest? But that's just how the market flows. That's the ebbs and flows of the market. Right? You just have to be fluid with it. You have to wait to see what the candles are doing, what the candles are printing, right? So let's go to our, see, so now we came up and then we start to move down, right? So that's why you had stops at break even. You took profit somewhere here, and then when price starts to move down, either you closed position or, like, you know, okay, so let's take this, for example, here too, right? So since price is moving down, you see this mini resistance. So obviously you're probably might think that, okay, like, you know what, probably we're gonna start to move up from here. But the candle is bearish here, right? It's a bearish candle. So you want to look for another bullish candle to be formed right over here, which is not forming, but there we go. So you'd want a bullish candle to be formed here, saying, oh, we formed support here because we had fucking support over here too, so now we should start to move up, right? So you got to wait for those candles to form, but you did not get that bullish candle. You got all bearish candles. So there was no retest. So we're going to move to our last example now. All right, so what's happening here? We had a strong bullish candle, and then we had a weak bullish candle, and then when you come to the chart, you see this bearish candle, right? So now this bearish candle has no lower wick. What does this mean? This means that this candle created no range for the next candle to move down, right? So we're probably going to wait to see how the next candle forms, right? That's the basic idea. Now we're waiting to see how the next candle is going to form. Let's look at this. Oh, perfect. We're moving down, right? We're moving down. This candle formed bearish, so now the idea was that next candle is going to go bullish, so we waited for the candle to form, but eventually this candle formed bearish, and now when we look left, what do we see? When we look left, we see that, okay, maybe this area is going to be some sort of an interesting area, so what are we going to do? We're going to wait for a candle to form bullish candle, because it's reaching this resistance area, resistance turns support, so we want to see if a support is going to be formed here. Because if we can see a support form, we can say, okay, you know what, now we can probably take a probability buy, right? So let's see how the next candle closes. We have another bearish candle. Do we enter now? Some guys are going to enter now saying, oh, look, the candle pawn with no wick, so we're going to